arrogance, this pride, this your arrogance. Samson, a man that destroyed 1,000 men, all of a sudden, he was dying of thirst. Take your seat, let me talk to you. Dying of thirst. But sir, he cried to God. You know what God did? God brought water from that jawbone that he threw away. The same jawbone Samson thought he was done with is where water came from. There are some of you, the same church that brought your deliverance, you walked away from. Can I say this? The unction that brought your deliverance is the unction that will determine your preservation. You have discarded the grace that made you because you feel you don't need the jawbone anymore. You have discarded the house fellowship where a prophetic word came upon you because you think at this point you don't need God anymore. Some of you think you have conquered all your enemies, so you don't need anybody to carry you. Not knowing that so long you are still in this world, it is full of battles. We are in a generation that discards so easily. We are in a generation of use and dump. A generation where people do not have memories of the past. People don't care. A generation where once people achieve what they want, they feel they don't need it anymore. So you must keep a door open. Because when you have passed through that door out, you need to pass through it in. Don't take up the ladder that helped you. Because you may need to climb down. There are so many people today. We are in a generation where people think this generation has no memory. All they think of is today. Samson, the jawbone of an axe that helped you to kill 1,000 people, sir. That's not the kind of bone to throw away. You will know there's something in that bone. That it was beyond just a bone. There was power in the bone. That's a bone you keep in. There are relationships you don't break. For life. For life. Sir, for life. There are some contacts you don't break for life. There are some people that you owe thanks for life. There are some boss in your office, even if they mess up and they get you angry, sir, honor them for life. Because the times they came into your life was strategic. They gave you a platform, gave you a coloration. Am I talking to somebody right now? A generation that discards. The same man of God who dedicated your baby is the one you are fighting. The same pastor who dedicated your baby, and that's your church. That's your branch. That same pastor, you will sit down, you will finish the wife. Because you feel you don't need a jawbone anymore. The same man that believed in you and carried you up is the man you have conspired with those that hate him to fight. Because you believe you are done with the jawbone. You don't need it anymore. In the same place where grace came, grace kept you. Now you are blessed. You are not trying to ask us if tithing is scriptural. When you were broke, you didn't ask that question. When you were stranded, you are in a generation. There are many of you looking at me now who need to cry to God for repentance. Because you feel you don't need the jawbone anymore. Before you got married, you lay on the altar, you cried, you wept, did everything. Now you are married. The baby that God gave you is the reason you can't come to church early. The miracle God gave you is now the reason. I can't cut. You know these children. You know these children. Yet people have 10, have 8, have 6, and they don't joke with service. When I travel with mom, Dr. Lizzie would go to programs. Sometimes when we go with the children then, they were just 4. I would see her wake up as early as 2. Bathe everyone. Dress them up. We have a flight for 7 or 6. By 5, even 4, they are all ready. And I look at her. I say, when did you? He said, I woke up early, so I bathed them. She will feed them, do everything. So who lazy, lazy? A lazy woman is a lazy woman. Because of the same blessing God gave you, your car break down. That's why you came late. Park it somewhere and take a bike. Trek. You have abandoned the jawbone. The same jawbone that helped you to kill 1,000 men. You don't know there is water in the jawbone. The jawbone gave Samson what he wanted. But Samson never knew that he had what he needed. The jawbone gave Samson what he wanted. But Samson never knew that jawbone he had what he needed. You walked out of a grace thinking you have arrived, not knowing the grace still has so much to cover you. If you stay under a grace for 10 years and you think you have so much, just imagine if you're under that grace for 20 years. The jawbone. Same jawbone. I wish I can open my heart and talk to you. One day a man of God died in this town, and I was in his convoy. And I was told that there are so many people waiting for counseling. I said, we are honoring a man today. I'm not coming for counseling. And went there. Went to the graveside. Honored him, a son of the soil. My heart was bleeding. I was about 1 year or 2 years old as a ministry. So when I finished, I came to the office to pick something. I saw some of his former members waiting for counseling. And I said, you didn't attend the burial? And one of them said, who don't die, don't go. That's a man who she followed for 24 years. Could not even honor him to attend the burial. And I said, madam, if I see you near this office again, who don't die, don't go. Person don't die, don't go. That's the generation we are in. A generation of a degenerate, ungrateful generation. When some people are speaking, you'll be wondering if the people they are talking about are people who have helped them. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. There are people I've seen do something, sir. There are people I've seen do crime. Crime. I'm not a law court. I'm not a judge. So long as it's not a crime against society, against humanity, I'm not interested. I'm not aware. If people's good to you, people's multiple good